All right, back at the ranch. It's a little windy. This will actually probably be the last time I say back at the ranch, because my next video, the RV will be on the ranch. So I won't be leaving, which is nice. A lot has happened since my last video. A lot of it I didn't record just because I was getting used to some new machinery. And one thing I've kind of learned, especially with the Mini X, when I first got it and tried to film while learning it, it's just a lot going on. And it's a lot safer to kind of just get a little used to it, break it in, and then you can start recording. So I'll probably record some stuff today. But I did get a skid steer. This is the 2022 SVL 97.2 by Kubota. Basically the same manufacturer that makes my Mini X. And I purchased it with a tooth bucket, but there's a meth problem going on with skid steers and everything. They're losing their teeth. So at some point they'll have to send me a tooth bucket. Came with a standard flow, not a high flow, standard flow grappler, which is going to be great for kind of what I need to do today. I need to go around and move some burn piles. Not that I'm burning today, way too windy, even though it's pretty damp. And then big brush hog, which again, standard flow, but really clears a lot of area. And obviously I have a lot of area that needs clearing. The projects that I've worked on with this so far that have been great, I haven't really done much with the grappler. I tested it out, but then I unhooked it. And then I got the brush hog out, and I had to brush hog off an area for the well. That's right, we have water on the property. Super excited about that. Here's some drone shots of the well being put in while I talk over it. And what's great about this is the person that actually owns the well drilling service is the gentleman that owned the property that I'm on right now, and he sold it to me, and then obviously he does the wells in town. We found water 380 feet deep, about 10 gallons a minute, which is pretty good. I think standard is 6 to 12. There are some pretty high flow areas out here, but we're right at 10, which is, you know, we built the well on top of basically our overlook, our mountain, which allows us to have water that can go down to the shop, go to a couple of RV pads, and then at some point come over this way for houses. And then I actually went through and had to clear the road a little, get it a little smoother. And then the incline coming up the hill, I had to get in with the Mini X and the skid and get that smoothed out so it wasn't such an intense kind of climb to be able to get those well drilling trucks up here, which, man, at first when I was doing it, you guys, I felt like, ugh, I'm making this worse. But then over time and getting used to it, again, I have all but 5 hours, 10 gallons of diesel is all I've run in that thing so far. And I'm getting more and more comfortable with it, which is good. So yeah, that's a little update of where I'm at. So right now what I need to do is I need to grease this thing. I need to put some fuel in it. And then I need to get down and start grabbing some more brush. So let's get doing that. All right, bucket secured. This thing is a real pain in the ass to fuel. They have put the fuel tank right next to the boom part of the arm, and you kind of have to lift it a little, which you're really not technically supposed to. So I do have to get some sort of fuel trailer if I'm going to be adding fuel to these on the regular, which I plan to be because I plan on driving it just a ton. All right, now I need to drive over to where we're going to put the RV spot. Luckily, this thing's a lot faster than the Mini X, so what normally takes 45 minutes will probably take about 15 minutes, which is really cool. It's a little too windy, or I would put the drone up to get you some fun footage of me kind of driving around. But I'll get over there, I'll set up the tripod, and I'll start clearing some of the brush and rocks in that area, so then I can some point later this week bring the brush hog over there and knock all that down. So let's drive over there. I'll see you guys over there. sure I showed you the before pile, but it was a lot bigger. I got it moved. It's gonna take me a while to get used to this grappler. And I'm not 100% sure it's the best grappler for what I need to do. But I also know I didn't prep that pile right with the Mini X. Now, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things you learn, like, there's something that goes to prepping the pile that you're gonna grab and move. And I just didn't do that. So I just disconnected the grappler. I'm gonna go grab the bucket, and then I'm gonna drive up there, get the bucket. I probably should have put the bucket inside of the grappler. I knew I was gonna kind of need both, but I know I'll need the bucket over here for a while so I can leave it when I go secure it on the other part of the property later. So right now I'm gonna go grab the bucket, I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna try to smooth out kind of where the RV pad's gonna need to go. And then hopefully tomorrow Justin's gonna come by, help me understand how to level it. And then, yeah, we'll start working on this RV pad due to the fact that the title of this was starting to build an RV pad. All right, so I'm gonna go take the drive. All right, so just set up the tripod. I'll start doing some footage, but here's the kind of the before. I wanna come way back, like in this area, almost up to the camera, because then I can create, when the RV's all the way back, a nice little walking area kind of that can go up to the pasture up there. So yeah, that's just kind of the idea, is to just get rid of as much of this top stuff out of the way. Obviously there's a slope that's going down towards the pond. I'm gonna try to build it up just slightly. We'll probably do most of the build up with the gravel and then compact that in. I'm gonna take some time to do this. So I don't even know if this is a part 1 or a part 2 of the RV pad project. I mean, obviously there'll be more parts because we're bringing electricity, water, sewer at some point, but right now this is just kind of the prep for the RV pad. So this is the well, not the before, because obviously with the Mini X I did some of this, but it's round 1 2.0 or something. I don't know. Let's just get to it. I think that's a wrap. I'll safety back on, brake off. Let me drive you over so you guys can see. So that's kind of what I cleared off. Now, what I'm gonna say is that this is probably maybe a 2-foot slope, but I only need 10 feet right in the middle. And when I look at 10 feet, it's about a 4-inch fall. And so what I think, I'm not 100% sure, I gotta talk to Justin, kind of the excavator, leveler, gravel guy. Basically, can I put like a tailgate 3-inch like you saw them do for the road on this side, on the lower side, do a 3-inch tailgate, and then come back and use like 1-inch rock, like standard kind of gravel, and come on this side, and so that'll be 3 and 1, and then come back with a 1 and put it over on top of the 3-inch. So 3 loads, 1 3-inch on this side to kind of bring it up, but then allow, with gravel, you'll still have water that'll be able to come off. It's kind of my thinking. And that should give me a pretty good level pad without interfering with any kind of water flow that would come if we got really hit with some severe rain or snow again, which I hope we don't have more snow. So that's day 1 of this. And I think I'll make this a couple part series, and we'll see when I get what Justin says. But there's still a lot of work that has to be done all around the RV pad that I want to get done first. So when we come here on Tuesday, we're probably going to park up on top of kind of the hill where the road ended and just hang out there for a little while we get this really all dialed in. I'd like to get it all brush hogged. I'd like to get all the rocks moved, get all the fallen trees or trees that are dead that could fall nearby, and just clear all that up without the RV being here, and then bring the RV. And it'll give me time to kind of drive over and over the pad a bunch too with the skid. All right, so I'm gonna get the grappler. I'm gonna go put the skid steer away where it's safe, and then I'll be back. Yeah, it could be days for me, weeks, seconds for you guys, but I'll be back.